Hello everyone. Today I have selected a technical topic to discuss in this presentation, and this technical topic is OSI model. So as it is a technical topic, so most of you will not be aware about this. So I have tried my best to keep it simple. So let's start. First of all, I would like to tell you about the objective of this small presentation. After the completion of this module, participants would be able to define the functionalities of OSI layers in data communication. First of all, I would like to tell you about its importance. This model is used internationally all over the world for the communication between two computers or between any two devices on the computer network, or you can say on the internet. This model is used. So what is OSI model? It is open systems interconnection. As I mentioned, it is an international standard for data communication. So it has got 7 logical layers. So it is important to understand that 7 logical layers are not something physical grouping or something like that in the computer system itself, but in these layers the system has been divided into 7 different groups on the basis of the functions. So similar functions has been considered in one group. Then the data communication processes are grouped in 7 groups. Yes. All layers perform both ways, up and down. That means when there is a communication, this model is used both in the upward direction and downward direction. It will be more clear in the next slide. So let's start from here, that these are 7 layers starting from physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. So this sequence is also very important. So let's start from here. This person has this computer, and this person is trying to connect to this computer on the other side through a web page. So as this person opens a web page, this process starts here. This application layer within the computer system, it performs its application related functions here. Then the next one layer down, presentation layer, decides how this data will be sent or presented on the other side of the network. So it basically decides the coding and encryption type of stuff on this layer. The next layer is session layer. Session layer handles the setting up of session between 2 points, and it will be full duplex, means both way communication, or it will be a you can say one way communication. So this type of decisions are made here on the session layer. Then there is transport layer, which is number 4 layer. At this layer, the overall big chunk of data which is coming from top is divided into small chunks for transportation. So as we consider in our warehouses, we divide a big lot into small boxes to transport them into the to other warehouses or to other distribution centers. Same is the case here. So small chunks are formed here. Then the next one is number 3, network layer. Network layer handles all the functions related to the network. So at IP addressing, most of you will be aware about this IP addressing nowadays. Every device which is used on the network has its own unique IP address. So that is assigned, or that is basically configured at this layer. Then the second layer is data link layer. This layer decides the formation of data link between a link between this device and the actual wire outside on which this data will be transmitted, or it decides the formation, typical format in which that data will be sent. Then the next layer is physical layer. This physical layer handles all the standards of physical, like what connectors will be used, what type of cable or optical fiber cable or wireless media. So these type of standards are defined at this point at physical layer. It also handles how this data will be transmitted, like it will be transmitted through electrical signal on the wire, or it will be transmitted as an optical signal. So all these functions are performed here at physical layer. So when this data travels through the wire and reaches on the other side, on this side, so it travels now from physical to onward, it will go. So at physical layer, all those functions will be performed which were performed here. All those standards will be handled. Then same data link layer, network layer will deal all those functions as its peer layer on the other side is doing, same transport, session, presentation, and finally application layer makes some sense on the other side of the network. So it works like this. The next one, just a revision, that physical layer, as we discussed, it handles cables, connectors, transmission techniques, and electrical signals, etc. Same data link layer prepares data frames for final transmission and opens received frames. Third one is network, which defines network addressing and routing. Number 4, transport, creates data blocks to send and opens the received block to join end-to-end connection. And fifth one is session layer, as I discussed. Decision about one-way or two-way connections is performed here. Then 6 is presentation. It deals with coding and encryption, compression, translation, as we discussed during our previous slide. Number 7 is application. All apps functions here like web, mail, print, and database. So the next is activity. It is sometimes it's difficult to remember the sequence of these 7 layers. So I have tried to make it simple for me as well as a new person who is trying to learn this. So this is the sequence from 1 to 7, and the other side I have tried to make a sentence. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. So every first letter of the word is giving us a hint on the hint about the layer name. So it is a little bit easier to remember in that way. So that's all. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have learned something new about OSI model, and thanks a lot. Thank you very much.